Hello everyone and welcome to episode 7 of going from rank 0 to 100, starting off at rank 68 where we unlock the M21 and the micro Uzi, and of course I'm first gonna start talking about the primary, which is the M21. I have to be completely honest, the M21 was an extremely boring weapon to use. It's not necessarily bad, it's just that there's just way better DMRs overall. But I'm not gonna sit here and just compare it to everything else. Let's talk about the gun itself. So sure, it has a pretty solid one-hit kill range. I'm not exactly sure how far it is, but it's around like 130 or 140 studs. I'm pretty sure, I'm not sure, I don't know. Has 10 bullets and a pretty solid muzzle velocity and also pretty solid penetration depth. But what is really wrong with this weapon? Well, as I said, it's very boring, you know? And you guys know the M1 Garand, right? If the M1 Garand was added into Phantom Forces, I very much feel like it would be very similar to the M21 stat-wise. Like, there's not much going on with the gun itself, and there's not much you can do with the gun, because it is just a 10-round, I'm gonna assume here, World War II DMR. But overall, it wasn't that terrible to use since it's an alright DMR and it's a primary. But I did notice that I had this sort of like ease-in period, I had like a game or two where I had to ease in with the weapon to actually do good with it, because like my first run was absolutely terrible. I don't know what was going on. Maybe it's because the iron sights were so atrocious that when using the iron sights, it's basically like getting stabbed in your leg over and over again while trying to get 10 kills, you know, because as we all know, the Z point is unlocked at 10 kills. But overall, the M21 was just like, it was just alright to use. It's not the worst weapon I've used in the series so far. Zip. And in total, I got 170 kills on the M21, and I give it a solid rating of 5.5 out of 10. And you might notice that the kills are very low right now. 170 on a primary? Well, that is because I decided to use the micro Uzi for the rest of the rank. I'm convulsing. It's so disgusting. It's what it is. God, it's like I didn't necessarily have to do that. I just felt like it, right? And the micro Uzi is very interesting to me because I didn't know it was actually this good. Well, obviously, it's really good in close quarters. It's 3 hit kills with 1200 RPM. You can't really go wrong with that. Though it has a disgustingly low damage range. I think it drops down to its lowest damage at around 60 studs, which is wow. That's you can throw a medicine ball that far, bro. It is very short. But granted, it is a secondary that is tinier than like a can of Red Bull, so obviously it's not gonna have a lot of range. But when you're within those 65 studs, God, it decimates. It absolutely annihilates the enemy, which I really, really like. It's very much like a pocket vector. 1200 RPM, can free hit kill, whatever, right? It's a very tiny vector in a way. And overall, I honestly had a great time with the micro Uzi, running around on containers like a little idiot. Like, isn't that just a great time? I'd say it's a great time. But overall, with the micro Uzi, I got 185 kills, and I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10, which I think is pretty solid. Like, genuinely, it's like everything is against me. There we go, rank 69. What are you doing? I don't even know what's going on anymore. At rank 69, we unlock the SR3M and the Semtex. Yeah, I'll get into the Semtex soon. I'm gonna talk about the SR3M first. So the SR3M is demonic. I didn't know it was this good. I genuinely haven't used it in a while, and oh my god. Like, sure, it has 20 bullets, and that really, really gets to you sometimes. It's like, God, I really wish I had more bullets. And obviously, you can put an extended mag on it, but knowing, you know, I can't buy attachments, I have to live with 20 bullets. And it has this thing called a Vicker suppressor, which is unlocked at 0 kills, which gives you 20 studs more free hit kill range. Yeah, it gives you 20 studs more free hit kill range and further minimum damage range, which I find kind of funny. I don't know why it's so good. I'm pretty sure it makes you very slow, but 20 studs more free hit kill range, bro. That's a 50% increase in free hit kill range on a 0 kill attachment. That's just amazing, right? And eventually when I unlocked the angle grip, You just couldn't stop me. This gun is absolutely insane, and I heavily recommend you using it. It's only unlocked at rank 69, haha, funny number, or whatever. And if you want to, like, if you want to pre-buy a pretty solid carbine, I definitely recommend this Russian contraption, or whatever you want to call it, right? But in the end, I got 367 kills on the SR3M, and I give it a rating of 9 out of 10. And about the Semtex, it's not necessarily a weapon that I have to use, right? But it's the best grenade. It's the best grenade in the game right now, and I heavily abused it on guns that I did not like. Like if I wanted just some free triple collat, I just used the Semtex instead of using the gun I needed to use, because I can do that. All right, I can do that. It's okay according to the rulebook or whatever, right? So I'm so done with you. There we go. Rank 70. What do we get? But at rank 70, we unlocked the BEOWULF TCR. And like the M21, it's just boring. I don't know what the point of the TCR really is. Why aren't you just looking there, man? Why are you just looking there, man? I'm just trying to use this weapon, God. I realized later on that it's way better to use the TCR as a sort of spammy two-hit kill in close quarters type weapon rather than an actual DMR, because it has 1800 muzzle velocity. 1800, that's nothing. Bro, I could throw a rock harder than that. It's just like, I guess one upside with the TCR is that it would kill limb up to 75 studs, no matter what. You know, if you hit 2 shots, they're dead. But honestly, I'd say I had a better time with the TCR overall than the M21. I'm not sure why. The muzzle velocity is way worse and they're very similar. I'm pretty sure it's because it shoots so much faster, and it's also a very cool looking weapon. You can't, like, it's such a cool weapon. I don't know, I don't really, the DMRs so far have just like, it's just like, man, like DMRs are really good weapons, but it's just like, God, they're so bland and boring, and like I'd rather use like literally anything else than a DMR at this moment type beat, you know. So it was an alright time because they're overall good weapons, but I'm a very aggressive player. Like, I'll hop in a stupid situation with my TCR like I had a Vector or something, you know. It just doesn't really make sense, but sometimes it works out because I'm the GOAT. And in total, I got a kill count of 350 on the BEOWULF TCR, and I give it a rating of 6.5 out of 10, 1 point higher than the M21. I leveled up finally. Super slim sight, I do not care. And at rank 71, we got the M3A1, and oh my god, this weapon is so good. I got a sight now. That's all I need, baby. This thing is so good, actually. This thing is so good, like, Jesus Christ, man. It is so good. Just like, I haven't used it in such a long time, and they haven't changed it since I used it such a long time, and oh my god, why does it do everything that it does? I don't see anyone talking about the M3A1, but Jesus, it's just so good. And people look at its RPM and see 450 and be like, bro, you're not serious right now, right? 450? I was like, that's nothing, dude. That 450, that's very low. I gotta agree. I think it's the lowest out of any normal automatic weapon. Like non-shotgun AA-12 or whatever, right? Like an SMG, right? It's the lowest SMG RPM, I think, all right? But the thing with the M3A1 and why I like that low RPM, you know, it can two-hit kill with 1 torso shot and 1 limb shot, which doesn't sound like that impressive, but it's incredibly potent in close quarters, because a lot of the times you, with a weapon that requires 2-hit kill torso, you tend to hit limb, and then wow, now it's just a 3-hit kill weapon. This weapon doesn't have that. And the reason why I like its low RPM in a way is the fact that you can conserve bullets a lot. Like, you can run into a room with like 18 bullets and feel confident in your ability that you will win this fight, you know, or win against multiple people with half a mag. And I really like that, because compared to something like the Vector, which drains the mag in 0.2 seconds. The M3A1 won't do that. The M3A1 will win for you, alright? And this thing has such accurate hip fire for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know what's up with these World War II SMGs. Not the MP40, but like the M3A1 and the L2A3 being hyper accurate when you hip fire. It's really nice because recently Stylus added these participation bonus, XP bonuses or whatever, right? Hip fire bonus, no scope bonus, whatever. You kill them and you get a bonus for doing literally anything, bro. Existing bonus, I don't know, bro. And using the M3A1 with hip and the hip firing is just 15% more XP at pretty much all times, which was really nice overall. But yeah, I really like the M3A1, and in total I got 326 kills, and I give it a rating of 9.5 out of 10. The M3A1 deserves a 9.5 out of 10. Amazing weapon, I love it. Whatever, rank up time. Joe, yo, okay, rank 72. And at rank 72 we got the Scar Hammer, or the Hammer IAR. This gun is also just disgusting. It's disgusting how good it is. The iron sights are disgusting too, not in a good way, like bad disgusting. It's just awful. I hated the iron sight. So once again, it's like an M21 situation, but instead of getting stabbed in the leg, it's like stubbing your toe. It's not like as bad, but it's pretty bad. Eventually I obviously got the Z point. I'm not gonna go through this again, but I got the Z point right, and dude, this thing is so accurate. It has such good ranges too, and it's just such a scary weapon. The fact that it goes from 650 to 900 RPM just like that now, it's the best LMG, right? I can call it the best LMG. It must be the best LMG. It is just that good right now, and it's a little bit scary on what it does. I had a good time using my 50 round mag, because that's genuinely what I thought I would be using for the rest of the rank, the 50 round mag, which is fine for me. I like the 50 round mag. I got my angle grip and my compensator and my green laser, and everything went fine, right? But then I see a pop-up on my screen. Oh, I got 30 round? Wait, that's actually kind of chill. I got 30 round. Wait, that's actually so chill. 30 round Stanag? 30 round? Dude, I love 30 round. The thing with 30 round on the Scar Hammer is that it sort of makes it into like an AR in terms of mobility and handling, and even bullets. You get way less bullets in total, because with the 50 round you get 250 bullets in total, which is a lot, and with the 30 round you get 150. But I'd say it's worth it with its handling buffs and reload buffs and everything like that. It becomes way faster overall. I think it has the same handling as the Scar L overall, like reload speed wise, but it has way more penetration and whatever, right? And when I started using this 30 round, I just couldn't believe my eyes on how good it was. I think it also becomes more accurate with 30 round for some reason, which doesn't really make sense to me, because if the gun is lighter, doesn't that make the recoil go up more? Like, you have more recoil if the gun is lighter. It's Phantom Forces, it's Roblox, who cares, Oscar? Who cares? No one. But overall, the Scar Hammer, it's a scary weapon, one of the best weapons in the game right now, and I had a blast using it. In total, I got 377 kills with this weapon, and I give it a rating of 9 out of 10. Okay, at least I ranked up. At rank 73, we got the GIM-1. And this is where the Semtex comes in, because the GIM-1 is not a weapon I necessarily would like to use for 74,000 XP, but that's just how it is sometimes. Triple collab. Just like that. Whatever, yoink. Okay, just another triple collab. Yoink. Triple collab, another one? Dude. Multi-collab, dude. Jesus. So I will admit that I used this, I abused the Semtex a lot on containers while using the GIM-1, which is, you know, it is what it is. You know, I'll make stuff easier for me, so I actually like have energy to play this game, you know? But let's talk about the GI M1 for a second, right? It's not that good. It's alright, but the thing is, it has weirdly high recoil unless you put a muzzle brake on it. And for some reason, I don't know why. I don't know if I'm just stupid. I decided to put the muzzle brake on it at the very last stretch. Like, I had it for such a long time, but I used a suppressor on it for a while. I was like, hey, you know, suppressor sounds cool or whatever. And then I put a muzzle brake on it at the very end. I was like, oh, this is a million times better. We all make mistakes, right? But let's go through the stats real quick of the GIM1. It does 60 to 34 damage, which means it can 2-hit kill in CQC and 3-hit kill at range. It has a 1.7 times headshot multiplier, so it can one-tap head, but only up to 25 studs, which is a puny range. And it has a torso multiplier of 1.2, which doesn't matter. It just makes the 2-hit kill torso further, I guess, which is kind of solid, right? But the thing with the GIM1 that I noticed is that it has extremely bad damage ranges. 25 to 90 studs damage range, which means it can like 2-hit kill torso up to what, 60 studs? Like that's just not good. I remember using the G50 and I had a blast because its recoil wasn't just absolutely horrid. And the GIM1 was just like, sure, you get to a point where you realize, hey, you can somewhat spam with it if you aim here and there and whatever, but is it worth it in the end? Is it worth it when you can use literally any other pistol? This gun was just not that fun to use. Granted, it is a secondary that I had to use as a primary, so I can't give a sort of solid opinion overall about it, but God, I had a terrible time with it. Overall, I had a terrible time with it. Sure, I got like a few multis, but God, I just like, wow, it just didn't work for me, bro. Whatever, right? I did abuse the Semtex though, but whatever. But in the end, I got 253 kills with the GIM1, and I give it a rating of 3 out of 10. I leveled up. Yay. And at rank 74, we get 2 very good weapons, the AK-74 and the MP510. And I decided to use the MP510 as a start. And the first thing that I noticed with the MP510 is that it's a very volatile weapon when you have no attachments on it. Its recoil is extremely shaky. It's very hard to hit stuff past like 100 studs, especially with its super high zoom iron sights. I don't know what is up with the MP5s having like high zoom iron sights. It has 2 times magnification for some reason. I don't know why. What's the point of that? I don't get it. Whatever, right? You know, it wasn't the most enjoyable thing to use at the very start. But like, as we all know, the MP510 is one of the best SMGs in the game, like by far. It is so good with its 70 stud 3-hit kill, and yeah, no, that's it. It can 3-hit kill up to 70 studs with 800 RPM. Like that's what makes it good, right? But when you don't really have any attachments on it, you can get kind of thrown off on its actual power, because like, wow, this has so much recoil. Why should I ever use this in my entire life? But once you unlock something like compensator and angle grip, everything changes. I don't know why they affect the recoil so much, but they really do. And it makes it very, very accurate for the damage that it has. And you can absolutely decimate people in close to mid-range. And it's kind of funny because MP510 has been very similar to this for like multiple years now. The MP510 has stayed in its spot for so long now that it's just cemented itself as just like this sort of AR SMG in a way, which I find kind of cool. But in the end, I got 160 kills with the MP510, and I give it a rating of 8.5 out of 10, because at the start I had to get my attachments and stuff like that, and it just wasn't that enjoyable. But when I got my attachments, everything just became fine, whatever, right? But the next gun, the AK-74, oof. In contrast to the MP510, the AK-74 works extremely well without attachments. Like, I don't know why, but it just hits. And the funny thing is that the AK-74 and the MP510 are in reality pretty similar weapons. They very much rely on their far 3-hit kill range. They're pretty similar in damage and ranges, I guess. That's pretty much it. The MP510 shoots faster, and the AK-74 is way more accurate. Like, they're sort of like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. The AK-74 has never interested me throughout the years, if I'm being real. The only time that I actually really liked it was during the AP meta, when AP had a 1.2 times torso multiplier, which made the AK-74 forward kill all ranges, which was very interesting. Though there were other weapons that were way better than the AK-74 with AP, but yeah, I felt like the AK-74 was pretty good with AP. But right now, it has had a sort of resurgence when it comes to use, because with muzzle brake and I think stubby or angled, it is very accurate and very nice to use, and I can see why people like it, because when I switched from compensator to muzzle brake, it was just like, wow, it's such a nice weapon. It's very fun in a way, even though it's so basic compared to the M21, which is basic but not that fun. I don't know, maybe I'm just like weird, all right? But overall, the AK-74 was great. Being good without attachments and being incredibly good with attachments, there's just nothing wrong about this gun. It's just such a nice weapon to use. And in total, I got 206 kills with the AK-74, and I give it a rating of 9 out of 10. Level 75. Yeah! At rank 75, we unlocked the SFG-50. I don't want to use this, man. At least I got my trusty Semtex, baby. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Who needs an SFG, bro? When I have my Semtex! Oh, this gun, it honestly wasn't that bad. It honestly, I know it's gonna sound weird. It honestly wasn't that bad to use the SFG-50. Because the thing is, SFG-50 is just the BFG, but worse. I mean, it's a secondary BFG. Obviously, it's gonna be the BFG, but worse. But due to the fact that I had the Semtex, everything was sorta alright. Like, sure, I had these moments where I would genuinely get multis with the SFG, because it is a one-shot weapon. As long as you hit your shots, you're gonna get kills, right? But it does have choke, and it's quite large too. Like, the spread is very large, past like 100 studs. You will miss your shots unless you're point blank. But as stated with the M3A1 with the participation bonus XP, the SFG also very much got help from that, because you get 25 extra XP from no scoping, and no scoping with the SFG is just incredibly easy. So for every kill, I got 25% more XP for every kill, just for not aiming. And there's also a quick scoping XP bonus for some reason. Not sure why. We just give XP bonuses to everything. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I really like that you can level up faster now overall, and I think that it's a good thing, but I just find it kind of funny. What can I say? The SFG is the BFG but worse. It was alright. It was just kind of goofy. Obviously, it took me way longer to level up with the SFG compared to other guns. For example, with the HAMR, it took around 35-40 minutes to get 73,000 XP. For the SFG, it took 70 minutes. I got around 1k XP per minute with the SFG, which is not great. But overall, the SFG was a terrible weapon. I hate it, and I would never want to use it again, but I finally got done with it. In the end, I got a total of 347 kills with the SFG-50, and I give it a rating of 1 out of 10. Let's hit like a trick shot or something. Nope, I hit the roof. No, I don't care about a trick shot. There we go. Finally. And at rank 76, we unlocked the AG3. And that is where we're gonna end episode 7 of going from rank 0 to 100. Goodbye.